All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the head apostles and elders, the great millstone. Also want to say Shalom to all you brethren out there that's continuing to labor in his work and pushing out this gospel in all true faith and sincerity. Yeah, so I just want to get into another quick lesson dealing with character and the fact that every man's character is revealed when it's faced with adversity, all right? And not only the man that's faced with that adversity, but the men that's around you, or whether it's your friends or family or whatever the case, your old lady. When you face with adversity, it reveals everybody's character and their integrity and their intents. And it's no more true than coming into this faith and this knowledge. Your integrity and your character is always going to be tested. When you face with certain things, the men around you is going to see your character, whether you are to be esteemed or abased. And being tried or certain trials is not necessarily limited or put in a box like, you just got financial woes or physical ailments. Being tried come in all forms, all right? For an example, you might have a guy that got to go to camp and he's considering going to his little boy's football game or some shit like that, all right? If he decided to go to, to the football game and neglect going out to camp and doing his duty, then guess what? That reveals his character right there, man. All right? You got guys that had a funeral to come up and they said, hey, the hell with that funeral. I'm going to camp. So that actually reveals a man's character and his integrity. It shows that he's a man of the Lord and he's willing to serve Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right? That's why the man Apostle Tahar is greatly esteemed amongst Israel. Well, should I say amongst great millstone, all right? Why? Because we know that the man has labored for over 30 years and he's still pushing and going hard. And the reason why we, acknowledge that and esteem him because we've been in it in a short time and we know all the hell we've been catching. So you ain't got to know a guy personally and see a man's bank account or know what a guy going through personally. The Heavenly Father set it up where a man's character is revealed by default when he catching hell and he keep his game face on, all right? And even in chastisement and reproofs, all right, and rebuking. If you rebuke a brother and he take it with a certain level of cheerfulness, should I say, all right, or integrity, then that reveals that man's character, man, in opposed of, like, you got these scoffers and scorners, guys that's disgruntled because they got rebuked and reproved. Well, their character was revealed at that point. You ain't got to know a guy personally because when you come into this truth, that's why the scripture tells you they're afraid to come into the light, lest their deeds be exposed. When you come into this truth, your character is going to be exposed regardless, man, one way or the other. You're going to be exposed or revealed to be just a nigger with no integrity, or you're going to be esteemed as a guy worth, being in the truth, all right? The men around you is going to esteem you and say, yeah, you truly got to be a man of the Lord because look, you were faced with this hell and you still pushing, all right? So pretty much adversity, it actually reveals the character of a man, all right? So let me go into the scripture. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3, starting at verse 11. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, all right? Which pretty much saying you got to build off Yahweh Shai, right? Which is these scriptures. You can't build, on another foundation, all right? It got to solely be built on, your foundation got to be built on the truth of the scriptures, which is in Yahweh Shai, all right? Verse 12, now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. Yeah, that's right. So you got certain men that's hay, some men that's stubble, and when they face with adversity, then it's revealed by that fire, man. That fire is the trials that you go through, which reveals what mineral you are, in opposed of a man that's gold and silver and precious stones. Why? Because they're going to be able to withstand that fire. And you're going to know what mineral they are, so to speak, when they face with adversity, man. All right? So coming into this truth, there's no cloak. You can't hide when you come into this truth. You could put on a smile. You could talk the lingo. Hey, Shalom, Akim, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shabarakatah. You can put on a garment, all right? You can have some big burly beard, look like you was teleported from the ancient world. Yet, when you, that fire is going to expose or reveal your character. You know, soon you catch a little hell, or like I said, it ain't got to be necessary hell, man. Soon you face with the Lord will put an obstacle in front of your face. You know, the Lord might put up a situation where, you know, you got a job out of town and it's going to take from you doing the work. Then if you make a decision to neglect doing the work, then your character has just been exposed. You've been exposed as wood, as stubble, man. All right? So it says, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. That's right. So when you come into this truth, there's no hiding, man. You're going to know a man's character by way of his longevity. Just say brothers that's been doing this thing 8, 10 years, you know, and you don't know the guy personally. You don't know what type of, you don't know the extents or the depths of the hell he's catching or the adversity he's facing. Yet you see him still pushing, so you know that, hey, the man got character, because we all know everybody is going to be tempted when they come into this truth. And not just that person per se. Like I mentioned earlier, this reveals everybody around you. You know, even in the world, if you're doing good, you know, you got a lot of money, you're going to have a lot of people around you. You're not going to be able to tell if that person your friend or not. Why? Because you got everything they need. You tell them to do something, they're going to jump. In opposed of you being down and out, or you start catching hell, then everybody's character going to be revealed. All right? This is the book of Sirach. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6. I start at verse 10. Again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. Right. So when the trial come, when that fire come, then that so-called friend will be revealed for what he is, man. All right? That's the Lord's way of revealing a person and making manifest a person's intents. Verse 11, but in thy prosperity he will be as thyself and will be bold over thy servants. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee and will hide himself from thy face. Yeah, that's right, man. So not only do the fiery trials reveal your character, but it reveal the character of those that's around you. All right? And there's no better example than when you go into the book of Job. All right? Now, we know the story of the book of Job, so I'm going to jump down to matter of fact, let me start at the 20th verse, all right? It says, then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped and said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord have taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And all this Job sinned not, nor charged the Most High foolishly. Yes, so when you read up in the story, for all those who are not familiar with this, you know, well, guess what? Job caught all type of hell. He was tried by adversity and fire, and it revealed his character. It revealed that he was a man of integrity. Why? Because he sinned not. All right? I stand in the book of Job. You go to Job, the second chapter, in the 9th verse, it says, then said his wife unto him, doest thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. Right. So you see, well, not only does that fiery trial expose your character, but it also reveals the character of those around you, man. See, being in this truth, man, is It reveal it's all about revelation. This is actually the light. When you come into this truth, everything is exposed. And you got to realize that. And brothers, especially heads of camps, and second in commands of brothers with any certain type of authority, you got to have you got to exercise your senses and realize what's going on around you. Because the Lord is revealing everything to you, man. It's up to you to have the eye salve to see it. And as you see in this scripture right here, when Job started catching hell, the Lord revealed everybody's character around him, all right? And his woman was proven to be faithless, man, all right? How was she revealed? By those trials and that fire. That will reveal every man's character right there, man. As long as everything going good, a guy can come around you and smile and laugh, hey, shalom, you know? But when you catching hell, then the man character is going to be revealed. There's no way around it. All right? This is Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. That's right. And see, that's why we know brothers to fall out. Well, not brothers, but guys to fall out and draw back from continuing on this mission. That pretty much means that the fire exposed them, all right? They was exposed by that fire. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And the reason why I brought that up, because when we just read the account of Job, we know that Job was increased at thy last end. And Job was pretty much, which me and Akim were actually discussing this yesterday, as we was breaking bread, and we brought up the fact that Job was pretty much set up as an example for us today, man. Job caught all that hell for us to see and consider that today, all right? Just like when you read John, the 9th chapter, the man that was born blind, all right? Yahushua said the man was born blind, not for his sins or his parents' sins, but that the power of the Most High might be revealed, all right? And made manifest. So Job was increased at his last end. See, the Heavenly Father gives you that light at the end of the tunnel. So you really ain't got an excuse, all right? You know the conditions of the battle at that point. And if you fall away, that means you was just weak and you're not worthy of being a servant of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, all right? This is Malachi chapter 3 and verse 3. And he shall sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness. That's right. So Yahushua is the one that actually reveals you, which when you read the scripture, what I open up with, 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, it tells you that everything is built on this foundation, which is Yahushua, which is actually the scriptures. See, when you come and you cling to these scriptures, then at that point, you're going to be revealed. Why? Because when you come to the light, you must be exposed. Matter of fact, didn't want to make this too long, but I want to just end off on this. It's that Hebrews 4:12. For the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. That's right, because this truth, coming into this truth, which is the word, is who? Yahushua. Yahushua is that refiner that put the fire on you so he can reveal your intents. He actually reveals your character. He sees, is you worthy to be one of his men? Whether you be reproved, God reprove you, and you take it, hey, Salakia Akia, all right? Or rather, it's all type of hell you catching. You might be living with a utility off. Hey, the Most High actually reveals your character, man. The Most High will send you through hell just to see if you're going to go out and still do the work in the same spirit. All right? I have seen brothers, catching certain hell, and when they go out and they teaching, you will never know it. All right? And that shows a lot of character. That's how we tell your character when you come into this truth, by the fire that actually reveals it. So yeah, hope this lesson was edifying. Until the next time I say shalom.